In your ward, which you've represented since 1998, 0 affordable housing units have been built since 2001. 0 units are under development, and 0 shelter beds are currently available. 27.7% of the residents in your ward are from a low-income household, which is above the Toronto average. A recent report identified your ward as one of the city's 3 housing danger zones, yet in the past term you were chair of the city's Homeless and Socially Isolated Committee and the Aboriginal Affairs Committee. Why has your own ward not been a priority as a councillor, and as mayor, what will you do to ensure the wards without enough affordable housing and shelters get the housing and services they need?
First of all, it was me that on council, I asked that every single councillor look within their wards to find a place for a shelter. Rather than opening a shelter, what I have been doing for the last year and a half is I have a space at 10 Overley in Thorncliffe Park. And I was hoping by this time to have it underway. It's been delayed, but the plan there is to build a reception center for newcomers. So when people come, because in Thorncliffe Park, it is a major reception area for newcomers. We have a lot of people, unfortunately, who are forced, because they're bringing in friends and family. We've got, in some cases, 2 families, sometimes 3, temporarily sharing an apartment, and this is unacceptable. So I've been trying to have a reception center as well as a shelter, which is for people who arrive in Toronto. They don't have a place to live, they don't know how the city works, they need help with perhaps some form of job training and education. So that is well underway. I've been working with the March of Dimes and Habitat for Humanity and Daniels on that. And so you're absolutely correct, and it's always bothered me that in my ward I don't have an affordable housing project, but the thing is I had been working on it for the last year and a half. I also, in my ward, have had a lot of problem buildings. So for my tenants, 75% of the people I represent live in high-rise buildings. And we've had, it was because of a recommendation I made that a problem property team was put together. And what we've done is we've held landlords responsible for, in some cases, millions of dollars of renovations and repairs. I'm also the one that led the charge about bed bugs so that the city would take responsibility for that. They didn't want to do anything with it. I have dealt with, of course, cockroaches, mice infestations, and in Flemington and Thorncliffe Park, the standard or the quality of life for the residents who I have been responsible for has improved because of the stand that I've taken, which is a tough stand with these landlords.
Let's have a quick follow-up question. You have a homeowners program, which is on your website, and it's been reported that in order to qualify for the homeowners program, this is affordable homes, in order to qualify for the program, TCHC residents would require a minimum annual income of $40,000. But 40% of Toronto's households have annual incomes under $40,000.
Yes, that's right.
So how do you plan to build affordable housing for this segment of the population?
Well, this is how it's going to work. I, for one, think it is unacceptable that that a mayor of a city would think it's okay, like David Miller said the other night, that the average income is $13,000. Exactly, something's got to be done. These people, you know, when young women or men go into our TCHC housing with a baby or 2, why should they stay there until they're a grandparent? I don't want to see multi-generational living in our city housing. This should be a temporary situation. We should bring people in off our social housing waiting list into the city housing and then get them up and out. Have a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan to help them to get off welfare. People have told me welfare is unfair, and I agree with that. And there's no one in the government trying to help people off it. So it's demotivating. People do better when they have mixed incomes around them. And so what I've said is that as we have condominiums built, 25% of them should be offered to our TCHC housing. 40,000 may sound like a lot, But if you can have, through Seneca College, homeward bound, get your grade 12 diploma, and you can get out and start working, even if you've got a partner and your combined income is $40,000, you don't need a down payment, and with $10,000 a year, you can buy one of these condominium units. And there are examples all over the place. This is why St. Lawrence has worked. It's why the Distillery District is working. This is what we need. And you know, if everyone in this room thinks it's okay for $13,000 forever, then shame on you, because we need to encourage people and give them a hand up. And it's just not, you know, this city housing is really, unfortunately, more than the city can cope with, I guess, at the moment. But until the uploading starts with the province, I want to have a plan. And I want to give people a chance so they don't have to pay rent, which is money down the drain forever.
Some of us have a plan to eliminate that whole problem. Some of us do.
On the subject of affordable housing, in Vancouver, the municipal government has used the equivalent of the Section 37 process to compel developers to put affordable or rent-geared-to-income units in new high-rise condos. This is a way of encouraging the creation of new mixed-income neighborhoods in areas facing rising real estate prices. Going forward, would you support a policy to compel City Council and the Planning Department to approve higher densities on individual applications only if the Section 37 funds go towards creating additional affordable units within those buildings?
Yes.
45 seconds.